Here's the moral of the story. We're really splitting hairs here. Probably the most accurate way we can describe this Florida team is they're interesting. Don't have any time to marinate on that because it's going to keep coming. The Jaguars go to the AFC Championship game if. Why don't you go ahead and get comfortable because what we're about to do is going to take a while. Hold up. Sorry, just want to make sure I'm properly hydrated for what's probably going to be just a marathon for the next God knows how long about Tom Brady's future. You're not caught off guard by this. You knew it's coming. It's pretty much the question like it is at the end of every season. Pretty fair to say coming into this Week 2 matchup, we've really yet to see that #1 pick type performance out of Trevor Lawrence. I understand a lot of you are sitting there going, hey, his rookie year, he was playing for Urban Meyer. And yeah, you were absolutely right. Don't do it. We're not going to play this whole moral victories game, okay? Not with this coach, not with this team, not when you went out on this field and lost to your rivals by 3 touchdowns. Still could have been a lot worse, like way more devastating than what we saw last year, okay? So at least for a quarter, you made the defending national champs a little hot under the collar and gave your fan base just a little bit of hope.
Love you all.
Got a trial run of this 1 year ago on this day. So forgive us, Tom, if we're a little bit hesitant about this, but based on that video and what he said and the way he said it, it appears to actually be the real thing. No long-winded social media post, no avoiding the obvious word to give himself a little wiggle room like, hey, I was just kidding. We get it straight on camera from the goat's mouth this time around. Tom Brady retiring for good. 23 NFL seasons, 7 Super Bowl titles, 3 MVP awards, and now a million questions to follow. I was actually having this discussion off air with our dear friend Mia O'Brien, covers the Jags for 1010XL. Figured why not bring it to the show. One of the worst defensive units in football last year. Based on the pieces they have, and if they play up to standard, maybe they could be top 5. Now that sounds lofty when we say that, but who are you and I to say they can't? So what's a reasonable expectation for this group? It's 1 drink for every Bucs banged up receiver. Final injury report unveiled today. Julio Jones, Rashad Perriman already listed as questionable. Hold on, we ain't done. Same status now for Russell Gage with a back issue. That's 3. Go. The great ones tend to go by just one name. Montana, Peyton, Trevor. I mean, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. He might not be a Hall of Famer yet, but he is a top 10 quarterback in this league. Perspective also matters. And when it comes to the AFC South, he now goes by Gramps. Do you see the guys up here? Because all 3 division rivals for Jacksonville now have a rookie quarterback. We put Will Levis with a small headshot because he wasn't even a first-round pick. We don't know if he's going to start or not. We can say this. The most polarizing of any of these 3 quarterbacks that aren't Trevor Lawrence, him. So it still matters, huh? Really? Why don't you guys tell me from where you're standing? At a distance. Dude, is this guy for real? Are you serious, Clark? Rams, Bucks. How's this not clear enough? The 2 Super Bowl favorites from all the way back in August? That's kind of my point. Obviously, yeah, this is high stakes. Just really a matter of perspective. David, zoom in if you would. Cool, sounds great. If you look at it straight, you are basically staring down the barrel of truth. Tampa, LA, the last 2 Lombardi winners are a sub-500 ball club. Don't have any time to marinate on that because it's going to keep coming. Combined, they have just 2 wins in the month of October. Together against teams with winning records, they are, and I heard someone say it earlier, 1-6. Going to go ahead and reiterate significance here. This gave us a clear view of who really felt like saving their season. Tom Brady trying to spare himself some embarrassment, hoping to avoid his first 4-game losing streak since 2002. His offense of late has been, well, what'd you say, offensive? Brady, though, looking in stride early, hits Julio Jones over the middle, pickup of 19. Why does that matter? Their longest play of the half would result in a field goal. It took a 3-0 lead. Look, the Ramparts we watched weren't exactly gallantly streaming up and down the field. Just 109 yards in the first half. 69, though, in that connection from Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. Rams up 7-3 points, very much at a premium in this ballgame. Later in the second quarter, Ryan Suckup on to attempt a long field goal. Check out Bobby Wagner. Hops over the center, doesn't touch him, so it's not a flag. Blocks the kick. Tampa now held to 10 points or fewer in their last 4 first halves. It's 7-6 at the break. Pick it up fourth quarter, now 13-6 LA. This is a big moment. Brady on a 3rd and 20, the check down to Leonard Fournette. ends up short. But Tom, with that throw, surpasses the 100,000 career yard mark. Only player in NFL history to do that. Why don't you go ahead, save the ball. It would lead to a field goal and savor the moment. 2 minutes to go, still 13-9. Brady, Scotty Miller, he's going to catch it. But Scotty don't. Take another look, right in his bread basket, but he's gluten-free. Would have been the go-ahead score. Bucks end up turning it over on downs. Rams do not run out the clock, so 44 seconds left. Brady, Otten, Cade Otten. Pickup of 28, biggest play of the game. Then under 10 to go. Brady to Otten. He said that's the play he wanted, and he got it. His 10th career game-winning touchdown in the final minute of regulation. This one's significant. His first win against the Rams as Tampa's quarterback. Maybe this does save a season. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Catherine Smith offering the most honest and blunt perspective possible.
No more questions?
Fresh out.
Yeah, you guys got no more questions? Just one more?
Actually, if you don't mind, I got a few I want to throw out. Not for you, Tua. We'll get to you in a little bit. But first, want to address the fans. Easy question for you. Is Tua Tagovailoa an MVP candidate? Put that up on my Twitter page earlier today. You guys responded to that. And wow, wasn't even close. 83% were like, yeah. Now, maybe he's not the front runner. I would tend to disagree, but he's definitely on the short list. You look at the numbers. The touchdown to interception ratio is 6-1. This dude hasn't thrown a pick in 4 games. He leads the NFL in QBR's second in completion percentage. This is the most important stat, and we cannot undersell it. His team is undefeated when he plays. It's a solid answer to a very easy question, isn't it? Is Tua Tagovailoa better off because Mike McDaniel is his head coach? Yeah, we can see that. Certainly has helped. So here's a rephrase that's really hard to ask and just as tough to answer. Was it best for Tua Tagovailoa's career for the Miami Dolphins to part ways with Brian Flores? See, this is where it gets really tricky and pretty much uncomfortable. We understand. Miami is one of 3 teams, remind you, that Flores has a lawsuit against for alleged racial discrimination. If it is true what he is claiming, it is awful and disgusting. Now, football-wise, Flores was a great leader for the Dolphins, but not so much for Tua's career. So how do we compartmentalize all of this? Sadly, we got to remind ourselves it is a bottom-line business. What matters more if you want to win a championship? A great coach or a great quarterback?